Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the TICPodcast. So I had this idea in my mind that, over the last month, about like December, in the beginning of December, I got a gym membership. And you know what? Some people say they're going to exercise at the beginning of the year and they never get around to it and they never actually commit. And I am committed. I joined a gym and have been seeing results. And I've always been in shape, but this time I'm taking it really consistently. Like I'm going after work. And, I thought, man, not only has the gym been really exciting, but it's also made me a big superhero fan and a big anime fan. And, I think that, all the, stereotypes of gym culture, it makes you less of a geek. I think that it can make geek shit way more fun. I'm reading Nightwing right now. I'm like a good chunk into the book. It's like a 1,000-page omnibus, and I'm in the 300 area of the book. I'm like a couple chunky issues in. And honestly, when you get to a point where you're really seeing that image in your mind of where you want to go with your exercise, and you start thinking about people you look up to, it's one of the most fun things as far as like personal development or like any skill. Like when you start getting good at something, it's like really addicting not to stop. So, I'm reading Nightwing and I'm thinking about like all the geek stuff, like, not just DC, but like, Deathlock and Ghost Rider and Spawn and even Wildcats. For anybody who has not heard of Wildcats, it's on Tubi. It's an awesome show, and they have an omnibus of Wildcats at Barnes and Noble. Awesome X-Men style comic, just saying. But something about superheroes and anime make you really motivated to work out. And I know this because I follow YouTube channels that specifically talk about this all the time. Like, it's not even that hard to find a workout plan dedicated to the superhero you like, such as Deadpool or Wolverine or Batman or Superman. Any hero you can think of probably has some guy on YouTube talking about how to be jacked like them. And personally, I've always been a kind of like into the lean 007 Daniel Craig look. Like I've always wanted to look like I could pretty much handle myself in any situation. I mean, as much as Arnold and Sylvester Stallone are badasses, I would never want to be a tank. They just feel like they have so much muscle. They have to constantly be eating protein to keep that kind of muscle. But yeah, I can't help but smile at like how much comic books and bodybuilding go together. I'm also reading Spawn again. I have the whole series on the trade paperbacks that have been coming out. And honestly, like, superheroes are great, great, great fiction when you just want something that's just, it's not necessarily the deepest form of entertainment, but it's entertaining as hell. It depends on what books you read, because Batman can be really stupid or it can be amazingly smart. And, then there's Image Comics, which are just all Flash, but I love them. And I actually like Image the most. But, when it comes to, fandoms and everything, they can be really entertaining to mix with things every day. Like think about how those characters would act or how much of those characters you are like, and kind of put that into your own life. So I just thought this was kind of like an introspective kind of thing, because I have been really enjoying the progress of, looking like Nightwing and, using that superhero attitude to apply to working out and just in general. Like, I saw the Superman movie that came out in July, I think, last year. And it was a good movie because everyone left the theater smiling. Like, that movie made you feel like being a hero. So, this is part bodybuilding and part superhero podcast. I just think it's really interesting how, over the course of working out, I've definitely become much more of a fan of comics and anime and just in general the character growth, the whole arc, it's a really cool thing to see like people take fandoms like that and apply it as something positive. So this was just a quick bit. Thought I would throw it out there. Hope you guys are having a great night. Have a good one. Bye.